Hey budget besties, welcome or welcome back to the channel. I'm Shawnee and I'm sharing my journey to financial freedom, $1 at a time. Around here, we don't compare, we don't judge, we just mind our money and keep it real. If you want to support the channel, go ahead, tap that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe. It's a free way to show support and to help other people find this space. So we're going to start with the cash wallet today. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing all right. All right, so we're going to take out all of the remaining money left over from last cash stuffing. And so in my groceries, I have quite a bit left. I didn't really have to do a lot of shopping. My boyfriend took me out. We went on a lovely date, and I don't really eat a lot anyway, but we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, $60 left. We will roll that over. And we started with $2.50. In gas, we started with $50. We have 10, 20, 30. I actually would have not had 30, but my boyfriend filled up my tank, and so I have $30 left over. So we're only going to add into groceries and gas today. I was going to add into other categories in my wallet, but my mom had reached out in a group message or a group text message to the family stating that a co-worker of hers house burnt down and she had 13 kids. And so I just decided to take that sacrifice and donate some money to a family in need, because if it were me, I would want the same thing to happen. You know, somebody to help me out if I needed that help. Although it's not what I planned, it's better to give than receive, especially like in a time like this. I understand like how a natural disaster can turn your life around, because I had a natural disaster happen to my home back in 2023 when a tree fell on it. So I hope whatever I was able to sacrifice goes a long way for that family. All right. So in groceries, I'm going to do my typical $250. All right, let's make sure we got the denominations correct. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 20, 40, 60, 82, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. All right, so that's $250. Yeah, I just felt led in my heart to support that family. Something was telling me like if I didn't support that family, like I would regret it. And I've learned a long time ago, when I hear that voice in my head that says, if you don't do it this way, you will regret it. And then I was struggling with like, okay, well, maybe I just give them $20, right? And I just felt led to give more than that, even though I was trying to find a way not to take away from what I thought I needed. But you know what? I don't need money for eating out, and I don't need to spend more than they need the support right now. Like I said, it's a mother with 13 kids. If I'm not mistaken, maybe she's pregnant with the 14th, and you know, no judgments or anything. So don't judge her because she has that many kids. But if anything, let's pray for her and hope all works out for her and her family. And I believe my family was able together to get close to $1,500 for her. And so I think that's great. All right, so gas will get its usual $50. I try to always get the torn, ugly looking bills for stuff that I'm actually going to spend, because it fits better into my envelopes. So I have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So we got our 50 for our gas, and we're going to stuff that here. I'm going to pull out all of my $1 bills. And this will go over into my $1 rollover bag that I had in the first video. I'm going to set this to the side. I do have some receipts, and if you are unaware, listen, we live in a time where we need to get the most for what we can with our money. And so Fetch is a nice way to try to earn points towards things that you may need. It's like a whole list of gift cards that you can earn points on. And it starts with you scanning your receipts. And I will link my referral code up at the top of the screen somewhere. I don't know if it's going to be here or here, but I will leave it on the top of the screen. And so if you use my code, if you don't already have Fetch, of course, if you use my code, you will get, I want to say 2,000 points, and then I will get 2,000. So we both would win. And then what you can do from there is you tell everybody you know to, go ahead and download Fetch, scan that first receipt, and use your code, and your points will slowly start to build. I guess it depends on how many people you know, but that's a nice way to get gift cards towards grocery stores, Amazon, Target, whatever you may or may not need, okay? Let's see if we have any change, and we have quite a few coins in here. Luckily, I have small hands, so I can kind of get in there. My ring fingers are 4, if that gives you any reference of how small my hands really are. Let's see. Okay, I think that's it. And I will go and scan my receipts later. I'm going to put all these coins in my pink piggy bank. I just named her Pinky off the top of my head, my first YouTube video. So I figured if she's going to be featured in this video, we might as well give her a name, right? All right. So I am done with my wallet for the week. The wallet was to the point, so we're going to move this to the side. Okay, so we are going to move into our funeral binder. And if you caught my first video, you understand that I don't say I have like a high priority, low priority, savings binder. I named my binders based off how I feel, okay? And if you have not seen my first YouTube video where I explained it in detail, I will leave a link in the description and in the cards. But this black binder is called the funeral binder because this is where I go to lay my money to rest. This is where I grieve all of my hard work. And so essentially, all the categories in this binder are areas that I don't want to spend my money on. Like, I work hard to live a good enough life, but we have things in life that we have to do as adults that we don't want to do, but we have to do, okay? And so that's just really what this binder represents. The things that we don't want to pay for, we want to use our money towards a vacation or something, but in order to live this thing called life, we have priorities. And so this essentially is what this is, okay? So in this binder, we're going to go ahead and start to lay some money to rest. And looks like we are going to skip back to renewals. So renewals for me would be something such as my driver's license, which I don't have to renew for another 7 years, my passport, my nursing certification, things like that. My nursing license, luckily for me, it's a blessing that my current employer pays for all of us to get our nursing license. We just have to let them know when it expires, and they pay for it, okay? And so for renewals, I am going to add 10. And I think this is all it has. Yeah, so it has 30. So 10, 20, 30. So that is all that is going into renewals. And that is all the money that's being laid to rest, okay? So we're going to go ahead and move this on out the way. Okay, so next I want to hop over into this pink binder. This is my Stay Ready binder. The categories in this particular binder, in my mind, sets me up for things I need for the future, okay? And so in this binder, we're going to start with emergency fund. So it's going to get $50. In the bank, it's more than $150, but I don't have placeholders to make it say $180. But for purposes of this, all together in the bank we have $150 and then this $50, so that'll make over $200 in emergency fund. And so that's where we are. My goal for emergency fund, somewhere between $5,000 and $10,000. I have not made my mind up, but for right now, we're going to stuff until we get to $5,000, And when we reach 5,000, because we're going to reach 5,000, I will make my mind up then if I want to continue for another round of saving for emergency fund. We are going to hop over to rainy day fund. All right. So for rainy day, I wanted to add $50 to this as well. And so in rainy day, we have 50, 70, 90, 110, 120. I'm going to see if I can color off a spot on this. Let's see. Yes, we have a 50 right here. And this is a savings challenge, and I understand it has January through December. For me, this is just a guide for me to save the money that I need, okay? I'm not really looking at it as a savings challenge in the order of January through December. And it may have a glare on it, so I do apologize. We're going to sit this right back in here. The last area in here that I want to touch is going to be my, oh no, take that back. I have two more. So I'm going to do this is, I'm not going to say it because YouTube might demonetize me, but OSHI. This is my miscellaneous fund. And so in miscellaneous, I am going to add $20 in here. So I am going to color in this 20. And we're going to add its first 20. And 20 is all that this has so far. Oh, see, I smushed it. Oh, well, it'll be okay. I can color it back in. All right, and then we're going to skip on over here to vision. I do have vision insurance with my insurance company, but when you wear glasses and contacts, they only cover up to so much. I believe mine only covers up to like $180 or something like that. And it's not nearly enough to cover glasses or contacts. And so I use my insurance to cover the most it can on contacts, and then I just pay the remainder. I only need $180 for a 90-day supplies of contacts. I don't wear contacts every day, and 90-day supply is more than enough for me since I wear my glasses mostly. And so I'm pretty close to getting the 180. However, I do want to save a little bit more in the event that I need to buy some new glasses, because glasses are really expensive, especially when you do not have the best vision, okay? So I'm going to add $10 to vision. And so now we have 50, 60, 70, 80, and 90. Let's see how many of these I can color in. So let's get out the calculator. I told you all that I would not sing, and I am doing it when I talk. I am working so hard to try not to sing when I talk. I can color 4.7. I guess we'll just say, we'll make it just color one part of the glasses. We got to work for the other lens, and that's fine. So if I haven't asked already, how is everyone doing? Is everybody doing all right? Other than the warm weather, I am doing great. We're done with the pink binder, and so we're going to move this out the way. So let's hop over to my purple binder, and moving forward, you will know purple as my YOLO binder. You only live once. So whereas my black binder is my funeral binder and my money goes to be laid to rest, this is where I get to live it up. So essentially, this is for things in which I get to enjoy the fruits of my labor because I work super hard, okay? So I am going to start it here. And let's see, we're going to skip over electronics and we're going to add into beauty, okay? Beauty for me will be things like hair, nails, going to the spa, getting a wax. So I'm going to add $10 into here, and it is all that it has. And I'm going to use this little savings challenge to kind of be a guide for me. And they come as in $10 increments. And so I'm just going to take off one of those 10s, and we got the first 10, and this is supposed to save me $1,000. I don't know if you all can see it, but that's what it looks like. And so we're going to take this and place it back here. So for shopping, I am adding $10. I'm using another savings challenge to kind of help be a guide. I'm not using it to be a savings challenge, but more so like as a guide of what to add. And $10 is all I have in shopping. And we're going to add that up in there. All right, next I'm going to add into fun. And $10 I'm going to add into here. And I can't check anything off, but I'm using this as a guide. Fun for me, how can I describe? Okay, so fun for me will be like, I like theater. I like going to see Broadway productions when they travel and come out my way. And in 2014, I saw Wicked for the first time. And when I tell you, I was like, oh my God. I thought The Color Purple was going to be my favorite, but I resonated with the main character, Elphaba, you know, and which is probably why it took so long to start my YouTube channel, because I was afraid nobody would like me because I'm the real life Elphaba. We're going to skip on over to gifts. Gifts only is going to get 10, and 10 is all that it has. We're going to skip over to birthdays. I have yet to decide what I want, I guess, the end goal to be for this. I'm thinking $300, but I don't know yet. But for right now, we're going to add $10, and that is all that it is going to get. What do you all set for your goal for birthdays? I don't have a lot of birthdays. My birthday is in December. My boyfriend is in January, and my mom's is in January as well. My brother, he is in June. So we typically don't do both. Usually we just celebrate the birthday and not Christmas because our birthdays are so close to Christmas. But I'm trying to get into the swing of things, being prepared as opposed to getting a gift last minute. Perfume is my favorite luxury item. I buy some pretty nice high-end perfumes. And if I don't set limits for myself, I will be swiping my card buying all the perfumes, boo. So it doesn't have anything in here yet. So this is going to be his first 10. And lastly in here, I just want to add this rollover, except for these ones. And I believe it was $90, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Yeah, it's $90. So we're going to add this in here with the rollover that was already there. All right, we're going to close this up and get this out the way. Okay, I'm going to bring the black binder back for the remaining of this money. So I wanted to save this for last because this is not a category that I would actively stuff, but I can update you all where I am with my progress. And so we're going to do student loans. I know that's black. I don't know if you can see it, but that's my student loan envelope. And so here's the thing. On my first video, I had explained that I am a registered nurse. I have my master's degree and all of that, but I couldn't qualify for a lot of scholarships. So I had some grants, I had small scholarships, but they did not cover my whole tuition. I don't come from a family that has money. And so if I wanted to follow my dreams in becoming a nurse, I had to take out loans. On top of that, the books for nursing are expensive. I think I've paid upwards of $800, $900 just for one book. And when you sell it back, you don't get much of any money back. And so nursing school not only was, you know, it almost felt like what I would imagine a boot camp to feel like, because I don't want to be offensive. It was exhausting mentally, physically, emotionally, and now financially. And when I was in school, in my mind, like, you know, when I graduate, I'm going to make bank. All of this will be paid off. And the reality is what people don't realize. Nursing, as far as, and we're not talking about people who are in administrative roles, managerial roles, anything like that. Nursing, a lot of people think you're at the bedside, you work at the hospital, you work in a nursing home. And in that sense, in nursing, or even like clinics, you're not bringing in that much money. Unlike other colleagues of mine, I didn't have extra income, so a lot of them would have husbands, so maybe they didn't feel the wrath of Thanos taking all the money out of their account. And so nurses are equivalent to the pay of teachers. The only difference I would say is nurses work year round. The teachers, of course, get that summer break. But essentially, what I'm saying is you're not bringing in a lot of money, especially as a brand new nurse who's working bedside, whether it be in a hospital or a nursing home or in the clinic or anything like that. So I do have $130,000 in student loan debt. Of course, it's on deferment. And moving forward, I won't even refer to it as student loans because to me, that is a curse word. And so we're just going to call this my freedom, my freedom envelope, because I am trying to buy back my freedom. I didn't know, I guess when I went into nursing school, that I'll be making way less than what it costs to get the education. And of course, I cannot sell my education back to them. And so, and I love what I do. You know, I love the joy that nursing has given me, except for the financial debt that came with it. I don't feel like in a world where you have to pay that much for school, you really don't make even close to that amount to pay that debt off, and they make it so impossible. There is no reason that my student loan payment every month should be more than my mortgage, and my house is worth more than my student loans. So I'm going to utilize these two savings challenges to kind of just give myself a visual of like how far I've come. Together, this will equal 30, and of course, I would have to start it over. But I want to work on the first $30,000. My car was paid off last year. I had bought my car brand new. And so the money that was going into that account, I could not transfer it over into my SoFi high yield account because they don't allow electronic transferring. And so I have the money that initially was supposed to be the car loan payment money officially now being directly deposited into my high yield, but I had to pull out the money that was still left in the credit union, if that makes sense. And so this is the remaining $700. And so all together, and it's not a lot compared to how much I owe in loans, all together, including like what is in that high yield account, I want to say it's $1,150 altogether. And so I just wanted to let you all know that I am working towards getting my student loans paid off and all that. And so, but this will be going back to the bank, but I just wanted to, do that. And I am just going to use this more so as a visual on saying like, hey, this is how much you have in the bank. And when I hit that first 30,000, I will be so happy. I will be so elated. And so to kind of equate to the amount of money that is in my high yield account, plus with this money here, I am going to do 2 of the $330 spots. Two of the $320 spots. I'm sorry. 130. I can't talk today. So I'm doing two $320 spots. Oh, Lord Jesus. And I need to find the 330. Let's see. It's right here. And the last spot I am going to do is 180. And that should equate to like my $1,150 if I'm not mistaken. And so as you can see, I have a long way to go. Remember I said in my intro, we are not going to compare ourselves to others, because I used to sit and think like when people will say, I got 30,000 in debt. And I used to be like, man, I wish I had 30, right? But 30,000 to them might be detrimental to them just as much as my 130,000. So it's not fair for me to think that way. So I am going to mind my own money in my own journey. And so that's where we are with that. All right. So I am going to put a $1,000 placeholder in here. This is the first placeholder, just to kind of give myself some glimmer of hope. Like, girl, you got 1,000, and we're going to take this and pull it to the side. Okay. The last thing I want to do is put these dollar bills in here. And that's that. If you have made it to the end, I am so appreciative, and I really, for real, am thanking you from the bottom of my heart, okay? Thank you so much. So go ahead, if you made this far, go ahead and tap that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe, because it's a free way to show love, and also it's a free way to help the channel to grow. If you've missed any of my previous videos, no worries. Links will be in the description and up in the cards throughout the video if you want to catch up. I'll be back next week for another cash stuffing video. And don't forget, I drop shorts on Sundays and now Wednesdays as well too. So make sure you check those out. Until next time, mind your money, $1 at a time. I'm clocking out. Peace.